Hey guys, Colby here. Welcome back to another video. Today we're showcasing Aryx. I know I've done a video in the past before, but that was on an account that managed to get her as soon as she was available in the game. It wasn't from the daily login. I eventually did get her on my account, but didn't bother with a showcase. But I think this time is a better one since I can fully max her out on the test server. I can just put everything I have on her that is good gear. I've tried her out a little bit, but I found I think the best build for many players out there who will eventually get her, or players who just happen to summon her from a shard, an ancient shard or a sacred shard. She's still a very much worthwhile champion to get. I think her real power comes from this skill, the A2 skill, which does have a very good chance to stun, a 75% chance to stun all enemies, and can also transfer debuffs to enemies through this skill. She also has a very interesting passive where she gets her turn meter filled by 5% each time an ally inflicts a critical hit. All of that together allows for Aryx to do multiple turns, and given different sets that you can equip Aryx, you can get better and better results. Also, the A1 is an amazing AoE attack, attacks all enemies, also has a chance to remove buffs. That is not that important, but it is useful sometimes depending on your enemies. I would say that Aryx will be mostly used in dungeons and Doom Tower probably for crowd control, and the passive can also help with surviving a little bit. But the actual showcase today will be in a duo comp and a solo comp also for the dragon, and just overall discussing on where you can actually use Aryx. So let's get started with the gearing that Aryx has at the moment for this showcase. So we go right here to the Magic Champions. Aryx is equipped with a Toxic and Immortal set. So why is this so important? This is for the duo setup for the dragon. It's not required, but really adds up to the damage potential that Aryx can give, given the multiple turns that Aryx will be taking because of the passive and the two AoE attacks that Aryx has, plus the counterattack buff applied by Aryx to this champion, right? You counter more and you do the AoEs again. The poisons really stack up eventually with the multiple turns that you'll be taking, and revenge accessories really show their power in champions such as this ones, especially for dungeons where you're lacking a little bit of damage or the enemies defense might be very high. Then going in with poison instead of just straight up normal damage, trying to defense down, weaken, big burst, it doesn't always work that well. Let's have a look at the overall stats. We are running 70,000 health, 2.5k defense, 250 speed, 100% crit, 160 crit damage, 323 resistance. This is a more common build when you're looking at solo champions, and Aryx can actually solo the dragon, and this is featured by this guy right here, Jacobo, on his YouTube channel. Unfortunately, Jacobo does not do content from what I understand in English. He's, I think, a Spanish content creator. So I'll put the link down below for you guys to see the whole build where he does with Aryx and actually solos Dragon 24. But I'm gonna just say that you need the blessing to do so. So this is why I'm featuring a little bit of a different video with Aryx being a duo champion for Dragon. She can definitely solo all the way to Dragon, but she lacks the damage to take it down without the blessing, without this very important blessing. Let me just show you, which is the Brimstone, right? Brimstone is one of the stronger blessings for legendaries, and many legendaries actually get this because of the immense damage that you can do in a consistent basis, both in clan boss and dungeon situations. So let me show you the masteries and we'll head over to the actual run. So masteries, I'm running War Master here with Whirlwind of Death for extra speed from kills, and Spirit Haste for extra speed from your allies dying, plus extra accuracy right here. Arcane Celerity works very well for debuffs, and of course Master Hexer, because you need this one if you want to extend even the duration of your debuffs from your sets. So the toxic set debuffs can actually be extended through that mastery if you didn't know. So let's have a look at the different teams that I've built for Dragon, which is going to be the showcase for this one. Why would you do Dragon with two champions or even one champion? Well, you'll reach a point at the time that you unlock Aryx, or even if you get her early, where you'll start considering, okay, can I split my focus a little bit, level up champions as well as farm Dragon? Well, these setups, the solo setups, are what help you do that. So Aryx in here with the Frozen Banshee, which is a rare and more easy of a poisoner to get than other poisoners available in the game. So this is why I'm adding those two together. Plus, they're good affinity. So against Spirit, we'll get some weak hits and be able to survive a little bit more. So let's have a look at the run. The run is not that fast. It's about 3 minutes long. So I just want to show the power of the duo together. Plus, look at that. Look at all those stuns. The toxic set will actually start working a little bit now. And the more crits we do, the more Terminator we do. And you'll see Aryx on the solo version of the run. You can actually run Aryx without her counterattack buff plus ally protection skill. You don't really need that since she'll be getting so many turns that she just doesn't need, you know, that skill. It just takes up time. You could instead use your A1 multiple times and just get more and more turn meters. So the food starts dying now, and we had a better run this time because we managed to stun the Spirit Host. So Spirit Host can actually cleanse the whole team from their stuns, and there it is. There's a cleanse. So it delays the run a little bit, especially if Spirit Host applies it from the start of the run. And this works very well. It works very well. You need your Frozen Banshee to be in a region set for this specific one because you need her to survive. Not specifically region set with, you know, high stats, high resistance, but it does help because she's like almost like soloing the dragon. She won't be soloing because of the ally protection. She'll have some support from Aryx. So with that, you'll be able to push a little bit easier. The stuns will allow for Frozen Banshee to get turns and heal back up to full. And the ally protection protects even more in case there's an attack going onto Frozen Banshee. So this works very well. As you see right now, we're getting tons of stuns, even with the 75% chance and even without Fearsome Presence. The mastery in the defense tree, where this mastery allows you to another 5% chance to stun. So you don't need that. The 75% chance is still very solid. And well, yeah, that's the only way to extend that, to increase that chance to stun is only through the defense mastery, which we don't want. We prefer War Master just to do a little bit more damage. So it takes like 2 minutes to push through and reach the boss. So if you guys don't know already, for dragon setups, for ice golem setups, if you manage to get a poisoner to survive all the way to the boss, then you're good to go. You should be able to take down the boss. The only thing with Ice Golem, you probably need an attack down as well, just to make sure the run is more consistent to a 195% win rate. So here we see like the poison stack up on Frozen Banshee, but her poison sensitivity on the top, plus all the poison that Frozen Banshee applies, plus the toxic set from Aryx. All of these add up together for a quick kill on the boss with about a minute for each round. A minute for round 1, a minute for round 2, and a minute for round 3. Look at all those poisons, and then on the next time the boss gets a turn because of all the poisons, the boss will just die, and boom, look at that, 257 exactly at 3 minutes. And it was a very solid run. With unlimited frames on your PC, you'll be able to do faster runs. And on 25, an example of a run that you can do is very simple with champions that you'll have available by the time you unlock Aryx. But still, I mean, Silver Drakes is a champion that everybody gets at 180 days. The best thing that Raid has added in terms of the free to acquire champions, free to play champions. The other ones, Husk and Stagnite, are just examples of what you can do for defense down, attack down. I can even use some of the free options in terms of nukers. We don't really have many nukers, but in terms of the free options here in the Ogren tribes, this guy right here, Grush, is very solid, but does not have a decreased defense. So he does have a decreased attack, which is very solid for pushing through and surviving a little bit when doing dungeons. So let me show you how the run on 25 looks with this team. 25 is forced, by the way, so you can't really go with all magic champions. But if you have ally protection, which Aryx has, if you have, you know, more stuns, still we've got stuns from Husk, we've got the decreased attack, this team can really not, there's no chance it dies. The only issue with this team is it doesn't have any food champions in there to assist a little bit. And as you see, there's just no chance the waves get a turn, and if they do, they probably won't do enough damage. You have a reviver in the squad, but still, it's a very, very solid team to push and farm Dragon 25 if you prefer over Dragon 20. As you can see, we're at 2 minutes again in stage 25. It really is not, slower than 24. It's because all the champions are alive. They're taking the turns and not doing as much damage, and the enemies don't have time to get their own turn and get damaged by the poison. That's why it's getting a little bit longer to kill it. But on 25, you'll be spending more energy and hopefully getting more legendary 6 stars. But the chances are a little bit higher than on 20 and 24. It's not that crazy though. So it all depends on you. If you want to farm Dragon 20 at 1 minute compared to doing 3 minutes for 25, it's all up to you. I would personally go for the minute runs instead of the 25s and just farm gear on 20 until I have a solid team to farm 25. I would say a minute 30 is the maximum I would go for because of the increased cost as well. So look at this. It's even slower just because we're not getting those turns in, we're not getting the poisons, we're not letting the boss get his terminator field. We're not reducing terminator because Dragon cannot have its terminator reduced. But overall, we are doing some solid damage. And as you see here, eventually gets a turn and dies from the poisons. Come on, die. Okay, poison sensitivity finally. Even Husk, I mean, my Husk is built for Hydra, so he's doing the maximum damage. You saw that 400k crit there. So overall, very solid in terms of Aryx and her usefulness. Does that mean that I would recommend booking her up? It really is to your own guys' preference. I made a video in the past. I think I was wrong in my early assessment of Arix, but I did do it without any books, all right, with medium gear, because that was the account that I had available. And you can't really showcase all champions with maximum books to really, tell everybody, okay, go out of your way, get your books, the save books that you have, especially the legendary ones that take a lot of time to get, and book out a champion that will just help you clear Dragon or help you push maybe a little bit on the Doom Tower, which you will. I mean, the stuns are good. I wouldn't really go for probably the toxic set for Doom Tower. I will go again with a stun set and just be a stun champion, a champion that just keeps on stunning and controlling. She's HP based, so she can do some nice damage while also being at a very high health. With the 70k I have, 160 crit damage, you saw some damage going through, and she can even solo if you've got the blessing. So this was the video, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. Subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya.